Namaskar, on behalf of HRDC Gujarat University, myself, Professor Preeti Mayani, is welcoming all of you friends. Today we have our coordinators, the team of coordinators of HRDC Gujarat University. So first of all, I am welcoming all the coordinators and our today's chief guest, Professor Ashish Srivastavji. Sir, I am welcoming you. And it's our pride and pleasure to be with you
Thank
as
you
a
so much.
chief guest of this inaugural function. Friends, we are going to inaugurate 3 refresher courses of online courses of today's platform. Yeah. So, refresher course on languages, then refresher course on modern higher education, and refresher course on teacher education. We have also Amrut Bharwar Dr. Rajendra Parmar Dr. Milan Mistri and Chimanbai. So once again, I'm welcoming all the coordinators and our dearest participants of the 3 refresher courses. Friends, as you know, that this HRDC of Gujarat University has created the history during the pandemic. So, under the guidance of our respected director, Professor Dr. Jagdish Joshi ji, and I am also remembered my colleague Dr. C.G. Brahmbhatt and the entire team of HRDC Gujarat University. So first of all, I'm requesting Dr. Rajendra Parmar to give the brief idea about this refresher course, how he designed this refresher course, and what is going to serve us during this refresher course. Dr. Rajendra Parmar.
जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैडम। HRDC गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी के डायरेक्टर प्रोफेसर जगदीश जोशी साहब, प्रोफेसर सीजी ब्रह्मभट्ट साहब, प्रोफेसर प्रीति मैयानी मैडम, इस रिफ्रेशर कोर्स के आज के उद्घाटन सत्र के मुख्य अतिथि प्रोफेसर आशीष श्रीवास्तव साहब, प्रोफेसर मिलन मिश्री साहब, प्रोफेसर अमृत भरवाड़ साहब और मेरे साथी कोऑर्डिनेटर प्रोफेसर चिमन भाई पटेल एवं इस रिफ्रेशर कोर्स में जितने भी प्रतिभागी जुड़े हुए हैं उन सभी प्रतिभागियों का मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। मैडम, मुझे ये बताते हुए बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि इस जो भाषा का जो लैंग्वेजेस का जो रिफ्रेशर कोर्स है, इस रिफ्रेशर कोर्स में कुल 110 प्रतिभागी बने हैं और गुजरात के अलावा अन्य विभिन्न हमारे भारत के अन्य 7 राज्यों से भी प्रतिभागी इन्होंने इस रिफ्रेशर कोर्स में भाग लिया है, जिसमें आसाम, वेस्ट बंगाल, तमिलनाडु, महाराष्ट्र, कर्नाटक, जम्मू कश्मीर, केरल आदि से भी यहाँ प्रतिभागी जुड़े हैं। तो मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि दूर दराज राज्यों के छात्र भी यहाँ पर पार्टिसिपेट हुए हैं। बहुत खुशी की बात है। हम जानते हैं कि भाई भाषा, हम 21वीं शताब्दी में जी रहे हैं, इसलिए एक भाषा से काम नहीं चलता है। हम ये रिफ्रेशर कोर्स जो है, जिसमें मुख्यतः 5 भाषाओं के प्रतिभागी जुड़े हैं, जिसमें हिंदी, गुजराती, अंग्रेजी, संस्कृत और उर्दू, इन 5 भाषाओं के प्रतिभागी जुड़े हैं। बहुत खुशी की बात है हमारे लिए। आज जब हम 21वीं शताब्दी में जी रहे हैं तो किसी एक भाषा से हमारा काम नहीं चलता है, अनेक भाषाओं का ज्ञान होना चाहिए। इसलिए ही HRDC गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी ने मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी रिफ्रेशर कोर्स हर वर्ष की तरह इस वर्ष भी आयोजन किया गया है। ये बहुत ही खुशी की बात है। और हम जानते हैं कि भाई मानव जो है भाषा के माध्यम से ही अपने विचारों को अभिव्यक्त करता है और भाषा ही एकमात्र ऐसा साधन है जिसके माध्यम से हम अपने विचारों को दूसरे व्यक्तियों तक पहुंचा सकते हैं। और हम सब जानते ही हैं कि चिंतन, मनन और विचार का जो माध्यम या साधन जिसे हम कहते हैं वह भाषा ही है। तो ये इसके अंतर्गत कि भाई भाषा का महत्व स्वीकार हम करते हैं तो हमारे मन में तुरंत ही सवाल खड़े होते हैं और कई बार हमारे मन में जिज्ञासाएं भी होती है कि भाई भाषा क्या है, भाषा की उत्पत्ति कैसे हुई, है ना, और भाषा कैसे बनती है, भाषा का प्रयोग किस प्रकार किया जाता है, भाषा के सूक्ष्मतम अवयव कौन कौन से हैं, उसकी उच्चारण विधि क्या है। इन सब सारी चीज़ों से हम कहीं सब प्रतिभागी कहीं ना कहीं किसी कॉलेजों में पढ़ाते भी हैं तो हम इन सब से परिचित ही हैं, पर एक पुनः उसका हम इस रिफ्रेशर कोर्स के माध्यम से पुनः इन बातों से हम अवगत हों, ये बहुत ही जरूरी है। और अलग अलग विद्वान विभिन्न यूनिवर्सिटी से हमारे सामने इन सारे पहलुओं को रखेंगे और भाषा का दार्शनिक स्वरूप क्या होता है, भाषा का अर्थ विज्ञान क्या होता है, शब्द क्या है, अर्थ क्या है, शब्दों के प्रयोग में शब्द शक्ति का क्या महत्व है, अनुवाद कला है या विज्ञान है। तो इस प्रकार से विभिन्न मुद्दों और पहलुओं को ध्यान में रखकर हमारे जो विद्वान हैं इन सारे पहलुओं को हमारे सामने रखेंगे और हम उनसे उनके ज्ञान से हम लाभान्वित अवश्य ही होंगे, ये निश्चित तौर पर कहा जा सकता है। तो ये हमारी 14 दिन की यात्रा है, आप सबका हमें अवश्य ही मिलता रहेगा, ऐसा मैं मानता हूँ। और यहाँ पर ये आज के उद्घाटन सत्र में जितने भी महानुभाव जुड़े हुए हैं उन सबको और जितने भी प्रतिभागी जुड़े हुए हैं उन सबका मैं तहे दिल से गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी HRDC गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी की ओर से मैं बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूँ और हमारी जो 14 दिन की यात्रा है ये यात्रा मंगलमय हो ऐसी मैं प्रार्थना भी करता हूँ। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार। प्रीति मैम,
Mike.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us a brief introduction about your course. राजेंद्र जी, आपको मेरे ख्याल से आज हमारे यहाँ एग्जामिनेशन का पूरा माहौल है, आप उसमें व्यस्त है, इसके अलावा भी आपने टाइम निकाला, उसके लिए तहे दिल से आपका शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ। Thank you so much once again, and thank you for coordinating this course of refresher course, online refresher course of languages. Thank you once again, sir. Now I'm requesting Dr. Amrut Bharwat ji to give us the brief outline of his course. Amrut ji.
नमस्कार मैडम जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। हमारे इस उद्घाटन समारोह के अतिथि विशेष सम्माननीय आदरणीय आशीष श्रीवास्तव सर, आई एम ऑडिबल ना सर?
Perfectly, sir, perfectly.
अतिथि विशेष सम्माननीय आदरणीय डॉक्टर आशीष श्रीवास्तव सर जी, हमारे HRDC के डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर जगदीश जोशी सर जी, इस कोऑर्डिनेटर HRDC के दो विद्वान अध्यापक सम्माननीय आदरणीय श्री जी ब्रह्मभट्ट साहब और प्रीति बयानी मैडम, मेरे साथी जिन लोगों ने रिफ्रेशर कोर्स का कोऑर्डिनेशन के लिए आज वक्त निकाला है, आदरणीय राजेंद्र सर और चिमन भाई साहब और सभी पार्टिसिपेंट, सभी प्रतिभागी, मुझे जो दायित्व दिया गया है उसमें मेरा ये सबसे पहला एक रिफ्रेशर कोर्स है, फर्स्ट रिफ्रेशर कोर्स इन मॉडर्न हायर एजुकेशन। ये जो टाइटल है उसके हिसाब से मुझे इसको एजुकेशन में लाना है, मॉडर्न हायर एजुकेशन। तो हम लोग, मेरा जो एक कोर्स है उसमें शायद 4 भाषा के लोग हैं, इंग्लिश, हिंदी, गुजराती और संस्कृत। वैसे तो मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी कोर्स है, बहुत सारे लोग कर्नाटक से जम्मू तक के लोग इसमें पार्टिसिपेंट है। मैं सभी का स्वागत करता हूं। हमारा HRDC डिपार्टमेंट रिफ्रेशर कोर्स, ओरिएंटेशन कोर्स, वर्कशॉप, सेमिनार, प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट एंड एकेडमिक एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव स्टाफ लोगों के लिए भी बहुत सारे कोर्स करते हैं। मैं इस कोर्स में 12 वर्किंग डेज हमारे पास है। उसमें 4 सेशन जो है वो 90 मिनट्स के हैं। पर डे 4 सेशन है, एक सेशन 90 मिनट्स का होगा। वी शुड हैव 4 सेशन इन अ डे, 1 लाइव सेशन, 2 recorded सेशन एंड 1 यूट्यूब सेशन। ARP पे भी होगा, स्वयं पे भी होगा, नेपटल पे भी होगा। इस तरीके से पूरा दिन 4 सेशन में इसका काम होगा। मैं एक छोटी सी ब्रीफ करना चाहता हूं। जो हमारे यहाँ मॉडर्नाइजेशन का जो मतलब निकाला है, क्योंकि हम इस कोर्स में क्या शामिल करने वाले हैं और हमारे जो टाइटल है वो इसमें क्या है। क्योंकि मॉडर्न वो तो वैसे भी बहुत पहले से यूज होता हुआ वर्ड है, क्योंकि अभी तो पोस्ट मॉडर्नाइजेशन का जमाना है। लेकिन मैं उनमें 2-3 बात, जैसे सोशल मॉडर्नाइजेशन होता है, इकोनॉमिकल मॉडर्नाइजेशन होता है, साइंटिफिक मॉडर्नाइजेशन होता है, टेक्नोलॉजिकल मॉडर्नाइजेशन होता है, पॉलिटिकल मॉडर्नाइजेशन होता है। लेकिन हम एकेडमिक मॉडर्नाइजेशन के बारे में थोड़ा फोकस ज़्यादा करेंगे, क्योंकि जो एकेडमिक मॉडर्नाइजेशन है उसमें स्पेसिफिक मूल्य या उसके जो एक्सपीरियंस है उनको ज़्यादा ध्यान में रख के जो हमारी मॉडर्न विचारधाराएं बनी हैं, जो उसका एक स्वरूप बना हुआ है, उस स्वरूप के साथ हम अपना एडजस्टमेंट करेंगे। जिस एडजस्टमेंट को हम बोलते हैं परंपरागत और प्रणालीगत, दोनों की तरफ से जो हमारी बिलीफ यानी कि जो मान्यता बनी है, उस मान्यता को त्याग करके हम समकालीन विचारधारा से अपने जो मान्यता है उसका अनुकूलन किस तरीके से बना पाए, ऐसे सब्जेक्ट लेके इस कोर्स में हम हर रोज एक लाइव सेशन करेंगे। जैसे मैं ऐसा समझता हूँ कि बोर्ड का स्थान लैपटॉप ने ले लिया है, चौक का स्थान टैबलेट ने ले लिया है, स्कूल का स्थान घर होम ने ले लिया है, और शिक्षक का स्थान टेक्नोलॉजी की तरफ जा रहा है। टेक्नोलॉजी ले नहीं पाई लेकिन उस तरफ जा रहा है। तो हम ऐसे समय में कैसा अनुकूलन साधे, कैसा एडजस्टमेंट करें, उसके बारे में ज़्यादा फोकस रहेगा। MHRD हर बार इस तरीके से, क्योंकि जो 5 साल के बाद क्या होगा, 7 साल के बाद क्या होगा, ऐसा सोच के 10 साल के बाद कैसे होगा, ऐसा सोच के सब सब्जेक्ट तैयारी करते हैं। तो मुझे मेरा सद्भाग्य है कि मुझे भी ऐसा एक विजन दिखाने के लिए HRDC ने मुझे एक कोऑर्डिनेटर बनाया है और मैं ये डिसिप्लिन कोर्स की जिम्मेदारी मुझे दी है, मैं अच्छी तरह से कर पाऊँ। आप सभी को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इसका न्याय मिले, इसके ध्यान रखूँगा। सभी प्रतिभागी का मैं यहाँ अच्छी स्वागत भी करता हूँ और सभी कोऑर्डिनेटर और हमारे सम्मान्य आदरणीय अतिथि विशेष को प्रणाम करके मैं मेरी बात खत्म करता हूँ।
थैंक यू भरवार जी, आपने अपनी बात रखी और हायर एजुकेशन के कौन कौन से एस्पेक्ट्स को हम छूने वाले हैं, कौन कौन से एस्पेक्ट पे हमारी विशेष हमारा जो ये वेटेज है हमारे कोर्स में रहेगा मॉडर्न हायर एजुकेशन के अंतर्गत, वो आपने बहुत अच्छे से यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन किया। थैंक यू वंस अगेन डॉक्टर अमृत भरवार जी। HRDC का ये पूरा, वैसे हम ऐसा बोल सकते हैं कि हमारे स्क्रीन पे ये जो सब टीम GU, टीम गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी, my director has already always said that this is the HRDC family, and once again we proved that we are as a team, we rock this refresher courses. So friends, now I'm requesting Dr. Milan Mistry ji, who is the HOD of Education Department of Gujarat University. So sir is coordinating the course of teacher education. So sir, please say few words about the course.
Yes, yes. Uh, HRDC Director Dr. Joshi sir, HRDC Professors Dr. Prithivan Mayani, Dr. C.G. Brahmbhatt sir, and guest artist Srivastavji, Dr. Rajendra sir, Dr. Chimanbhai, and Dr. Barwad sir. Dear friends, today teacher education in India has reached to even remote areas of the country. Accessibility of remains no issue, but the bigger challenges of beginning the quality of teachers remains with us. It's high time that we seriously address to it. There are three aspects that we need to look into the preparing the teacher concerned. First, skill. Second, attitude. And third, research and innovations. We teachers are got to be skillful not only transmitting the knowledge but also ignite the young minds for learning. We need to teach them how to learn rather make them to learn. It is better to teach a person to catch the fish rather feeding every day with a fish. Attitude brings the science engagement of teachers in their professions. Any task completed with the right attitude adds value to it. Research and innovations is the base to the addition of new knowledge. The chief role of research and innovation is to make things easier and effective. Teacher education has yet to make serious research based contribution. National Education Policy 2020 has clearly focused on collaborative approach and creating a positive learning environment across the India. Teacher education needs to play a bigger role to achieve this objective. I wish you all a great success in their endeavor. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Milan sir. I think he is not feeling well. His health is little bit
Okay.
low,
Thank you.
but instead of that, he is with us. So, sir, it's our pleasure to be with you in this inaugural session. And now, friends, we are waiting for the words of Professor Ashish Srivastavji. Uh, I think, sir, you are physically far enough from us, but you are a family of HRDC Gujarat University. So once again, I'm welcoming you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So should I begin?
Sir, I'm just going to give your brief introduction, then you start your today's inaugural talk. So,
Fine.
friends, it's my privilege to introduce Professor Ashish Srivastavji. He is a well-known academician in the field of education. He is an alumnus of University of Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, and Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, Indore, Madhya Pradesh. A very popular figure among his students since the beginning of his career as a teacher. Professor Srivastav has served under University of Lucknow, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, before getting appointment simultaneously in prestigious universities of India, like Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, and Vishwa Bharati, a central university and an institute of national importance, Shantiniketan, West Bengal in 2010. Professor Srivastav chose to serve the ashram of Nobel laureate Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, Vishwabharati, and served it in different capacity for almost a decade before joining Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Moihar, East Champaran, Bihar, as Professor of Education. Professor Srivastav has vast and rich experience of traveling and delivering lecture to different prestigious universities, institutions of education of different across India. Professor Srivastava is having plenty of presentations and publications to his credit, and his area of interest is educational policies and programs. Professor Srivastav is the founder dean of School of Education here in Mahatma Gandhi Central University. So, sir, I'm now requesting you for your inaugural speech.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Preeti Mayaniji. Because of you, I feel that this HRDC, Gujarat University, is my second home. Thank you so much. At the outset, let me express my heartfelt thanks to this wonderful HRDC, one of the best HRDCs among all 66 HRDCs, that is Gujarat University HRDC. And my dear friends, my dear colleagues, if you look at the idea of clubbing the 3 refresher courses is itself evidence which supports the idea of national education policy, that is holistic education and multidisciplinarity. And therefore, I congratulate the HRDC, Gujarat University, the very dynamic director, Professor Jagdish Joshi ji, Professor C.G. Brahmar ji, my very dear friend, brilliant professor, Professor Preeti Mayani ji, all the learned colleagues and coordinators of different programs, Dr. Rajin Parmar ji, Dr. Professor Amrut Bhai Barwad ji, Dr. Milan Mistry ji, and all my dear learned colleagues who are joining these refresher course from across the higher education institutions from different states of India. My dear friends, my dear colleagues, needless to mention the importance of all the 3 refresher course, whether it is a refresher course on modern higher education, or refresher course in language, or refresher course in teacher education, because all the 3 areas are of prime importance. My dear friends, my dear colleagues, irrespective of everything, irrespective of our position, irrespective of the nature of management of our institutions, irrespective of the location, irrespective of everything, we need to understand what Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore used to say. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore used to say that education is a living and not a mechanical process. Education is a living, not a mechanical process, is a truth, as freely admitted as it is persistently ignored. So, my dear friends, my dear colleagues, whether you are joining modern Indian higher education or languages or teacher education, irrespective of your position, discipline, management, etc., we need to understand that education is a living, not a mechanical process, is a truth as freely admitted as it is persistently ignored. So, we need to take care of this intention of feeling of or concern of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. I was reading somewhere that knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And at very next page, I was reading counter argument that no, knowledge is not power. And the argument which was given against that knowledge is not power says that we often are told that knowledge is power. Not really. Knowledge is information. Knowledge is potential power. Knowledge is potential power. And it becomes power only when knowledge is potential power and becomes power only when it is acted upon. Only when it is acted upon. And in order to substantiate this statement, the author says and ask a question, and I'm raising that question here itself, that what is the difference between a person who cannot read and a person who can but does not read? What is the difference between a person who cannot read and a person who can but does not read. And therefore, learning is a lot like eating. It is not how much you eat that matters. What matters is how much you digest. विवेकानंद का याद होगा आपको कि हम पूरी लाइब्रेरी को सुपरफिशियली टच करने के बजाय कोई एक बुक एब्जॉर्ब कर ले, वो मोर देन सफिशिएंट होगा. So knowledge is potential power, wisdom is real power. Education must strive for this to this direction. Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan ji has written in his report of University Education Commission in 1948-49 that the universities as the makers of the future cannot persist in the old patterns, however valid they may have been in their own day. And then he further writes that with the increasing complexity of society and its shifting pattern, universities have to change. My dear friends, my dear colleagues, universities have to change their objectives and methods if they are to function effectively in our national life. And therefore, I believe that all the three refresher courses are going to play a crucial role in order to achieve such intents shared by Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan ji. In the same report, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan ji has mentioned few lines which quoted by T.S. Eliot, the very famous poet T.S. Eliot Sahab. We all know these lines, but we need to reflect on these lines during this refresher course. The line goes like this. T.S. Eliot Sahab says, where is the wisdom? We have lost in knowledge. Where is the knowledge? We have lost in information. The cycle of heaven in 20th century bring us farther from God and nearer to dust. My dear friends, my dear colleagues, I often quote the latest document of 2009 National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education, NCFTE. And if you look at this document begins the very first statement which this document is quoting. They have taken it from University Education Commission's report, that is Dr. Radhakrishnan Commission's report. They have quoted from where they have taken this statement, but the statement is important, and the same statement was quoted by Radhakrishnan ji in 1948-49, and the same statement has been quoted by NCFT in 2009. So when we are having National Education Policy 2020 in our hand, we need to take care of this concern immediately with all our possible efforts. And therefore, all the three refresher courses are going to play a very crucial role. So what Radhakrishnan ji has written and what NCFT has quoted, I am quoting these two lines for you, which says that people in this country have been slow to recognize that education is a profession for which intensive preparation is necessary as it is in any other profession. कहते हैं इंजीनियरिंग बनने में हमको समझ में आ गया कि भाई इंजीनियर के लिए हमको सीरियस प्रिपरेशन चाहिए, इंटेंसिव प्रिपरेशन चाहिए. डॉक्टर बनने के लिए इंटेंसिव प्रिपरेशन चाहिए, ये भी बात हमको जल्दी समझ में आ गई. मैनेजमेंट में जाने के लिए इंटेंसिव प्रिपरेशन चाहिए, ये भी समझ में आ गया. लेकिन टीचर बनने के लिए, irrespective of the status, irrespective of the strata, whether it is pre-primary teacher, primary teacher, secondary teacher, higher teacher, technical teacher, vocational teacher, engineering teacher, any teacher, टीचर बनने के लिए इंटेंसिव प्रिपरेशन की जरूरत है. इस बात को समझने में, मानने में हम स्लो रहे हैं. दैट हैज बीन कोटेड बाय राधाकृष्णन जी. नाउ if you look at the National Education Policy document, because you all are learned colleagues and you are going to participate from different parts of the country, I am sure you must be knowing what Dr. K. Kasturirangan Sahab has quoted in his covering letter, that the entire effort of this National Education Policy is based on 5 founding pillars. Access is 1, equity is 2, quality is 3, affordability is 4, and accountability is 5. So access, equity, quality, affordability, accountability, what we are going to address in different forms in all the 3 refresher courses. UGC has already issued letters on many issues, whether it is multiple entry and exit or credit transfer or academic bank of credit or multidisciplinarity or holistic education or IDPs or integration of technology. And in order to achieve all these intents which I have quoted, teachers, faculty members from higher education institutions are going to play a crucial role. And therefore, all the 3 RCs, refresher courses, are going to play a crucial role. My dear friends, if you look at the very second paragraph of National Education Policy document, very second paragraph, which says that entire policy effort is based on SDG 4, Sustainable Development Goal 4. And basing on this Goal 4, I don't know how many of you are aware of the respective target against each goal. If you are aware, very good. Otherwise, take advantage of this refresher course. And today only visit UNDP's website and see all the respective targets against each goal. Anyways, so National Education Policy 2020, basing itself on SDG 4, has conceived a goal. And the very second paragraph mentions this goal very clearly and categorically, which says that ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all by 2030. And the same document says that this is such a big goal, lofty goal, which will be requiring entire education system to be reconfigured, and therefore, in order to get the essence, in order to make this a refresher course success in true sense, my dear friends, my dear colleagues, you need to focus on all the guiding principles of National Education Policy document, which has been mentioned at page number 5 and page number 6 of English version document. If you look at the part 2 of National Education Policy document, which says in the very beginning, which says, and the heading is quality universities and colleges. Quality universities and colleges, a new and forward-looking vision for India's higher education system. A new and forward-looking vision for India's higher education system. All the coordinators, if you have heard them properly, they have shared their roadmap, how they are going to execute this RAC. And in order to achieve such a notion, policy is taking reference from ancient India as well as from modern India. Ancient India as well as the 21st century needs. Ancient India as well as sustainable development goals. And therefore, my dear friends, my dear colleagues, these all the 3 RCs, in order to make it success, 9.3D. When I'm referring 9.3D, look at your policy document, go to the point 93 and check part D, 9.3D, 10.1, 11.1, 12.6, 15.9 are very important points so far as your role is concerned. Regulatory system is being taken care. Technology is going to play a very crucial role. But let me make myself very clear and categorical when I'm saying that technology is a choice, is not a choice now, it's a compulsion. It is not a choice, it's a compulsion. When I'm saying this, I am making myself very clear and categorical that teacher was important, teacher is important, teacher will remain important. It is a teacher only who is going to make best or worst of technology. Therefore, teacher was important, teacher is important, teacher will remain important. Therefore, it is we as a teacher need to understand the importance of technology, whether it is language, whether it is modern higher education or teacher education or any strata of education. It is we who need to control technology. Don't allow technology to control yourself. And therefore, I am sharing 2 concerns in order to conclude my speech. Concern number 1, in India at least, regardless of what language students are taught in, the biggest challenge confronting the education system in India is its obsession. Obsession for what? Mastering examinations through rote learning. And second is, Indian education system operates like a sorting mechanism, having major concern of completing the prescribed syllabus than mastery over subject. We need to take care of these 2 concerns while you will be dealing with the refresher course for next 12 days. John Dewey used to say, if we teach today as we taught yesterday, then we rob the children of tomorrow. And therefore, pedagogy is to be taken care, curriculum is to be taken care, assessment is to be taken care, student support is to be taken care. and all the RCs will be taking care of all such intents, whether it is pedagogy. When I'm saying pedagogy, all the three inputs of pedagogy: transmittive pedagogy, generative pedagogy, and transformative pedagogy. We need to understand the difference between mean and end. When I'm saying mean and end, it is a teacher only who is going to decide the end. साध्य और साधन के बीच में अंतर समझना है. टेक्नोलॉजी हमारा साधन है, साध्य टीचर तय करेगा. एंड देयरफॉर judicious use of technology, and therefore to understand TPACK, technological pedagogical assessment and content knowledge, will be of high importance. My dear friends, my dear colleagues, I am quoting National Education Policy's intent, which says that children not only learn, but more importantly learn how to learn. Children not only learn, but more importantly learn how to learn. And in order to achieve this, education must move towards less content. We need to reduce the content. Education must move towards less content and more towards learning about how to think critically, how to solve problems, how to be creative, how to be innovative, how to solve problems, how to be multidisciplinary, how to be holistic, how to innovate, how to adapt, how to absorb new material in novel and changing fields. So such intentions of National Education Policy 2020 will be needing epistemological revisiting, my dear friends, epistemological revisiting. And therefore all the three refresher courses will be of high importance in order to achieve such intent, in order to achieve such intentions. So my dear friends, this is what I wanted to share with my little intelligence and experience. We need to capitalize the momentum created by National Education Policy 2020 and revitalize the entire higher education system with all farsightedness. And for that reason, three refresher courses being conducted by HRDC at Gujarat University will be having of high importance. Hoping for the best, I again congratulate this HRDC Gujarat University, my very dear friend Professor Preeti Mayani ji, the director of HRDC Gujarat University, and all the three coordinators. Thank you once again for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words means a lot to us, and thank you once again to be with us in this inaugural function as a chief guest. Sir has given us this guidance regarding the reference of new education policy. National education policy has managed to touch the untouched part of education system in India. One of the bold propositions of this policy states that either stand alone, institutions should transform themselves into a multidisciplinary mode, or they will have to close. A complete freedom has been granted. The NEP has taken measures to have a holistic outlook, and that's why it is essential to put more emphasis on connecting education, multidisciplinary and holistic education. NEP shifts us from what to think to how to think. So, sir, thank you so much once again on behalf of HRDC Gujarat University. And I would like to thank you all the coordinators of these three refresher courses, Dr. Amrut Barwad ji, Dr. Milan Mistri ji, and Dr. Parmar, all the friends of this who are coordinating this refresher course. Dr. Mukesh Khatik is also the co-coordinator, but today, as I said, that we have some examination environment in this Gujarat University, so some friends are busy with this. And my respected director has given his regards to Professor Dr. Srivastavji and all the coordinators and all the participants because of some his another academic engagement. He is not able to join us, but he wishes us a lot. Now, friends, it's time to sharpen our axe with HRDC Gujarat University. Be ready, and I'm sure that all these coordinators have planned tremendous refresher course for all of you. And we are waiting for you. So once again, thank you for choosing this HRDC as the enhancement of your knowledge, this HRDC of Gujarat University. Once again, I am thanking all the participants of this HRDC Gujarat University. And friends, now it's time for vote of thanks. Once again, I'm thanking today's chief guest of our today's inaugural function, Professor Dr. Ashish Srivastavji, all the coordinators of this refresher courses, and my backbone, the team HRDC. I would like to thank all the HRDC members, my respected Honorable Vice Chancellor of Gujarat University, Dr. Himanshu Pandyaji. I'm thanking sir for giving us motivation for this online courses. I'm thanking the Registrar of Gujarat University, Dr. P.M. Patel sir, and the entire administrative staff of Gujarat University, and as well as the staff of HRDC Gujarat University. I'm thanking my respected director for believing in me, and also I'm thanking my senior colleague, Professor Dr. C.G. Brahmbhatji. Once again, friends, thank you one and all. Have a good day, and I'm sure that you have a great journey with HRDC Gujarat University. Once again, thank you. Bye bye to everyone. Have a great day. Thank you.